Suburban politician Tiffany Henyard appears to have lost control of both governments. Now she's teasing a big announcement that she claims will result in some of her opponents being arrested and charged.
Tiffany Henyard, the self-proclaimed super mayor of Dolton, Illinois, is a name you might not know, but after today, you won't forget. Henyard is at the center of a whirlwind of controversy, making headlines for what feels like a political reality show gone off the rails. She's currently under FBI investigation for corruption, facing eviction from her own home, and even attempting to have her political rival arrested. Yet, despite the mounting scandals, she's still pushing forward with her re-election campaign. This saga is packed with drama, high stakes, and an uncertain future. Just when you thought political scandals couldn't get any wilder, think again.
Point the finger to Tiffany or allow me. I'm over it. Now it's time for me.
Let's dive into the latest developments surrounding Tiffany Henyard, starting with her eviction saga. Despite earning a six-figure salary as the mayor of Dolton and holding an additional high-paying position as township supervisor, Henyard has failed to pay rent on the home she's been living in. She and her partner, Kamal Woods, owe thousands of dollars in back rent, raising serious questions about their financial management. Janetta Hall, the property owner, is understandably frustrated by the situation. Originally, Hall had planned to rent the house to someone else, but Henyard allegedly insisted on taking it instead. Since August, however, Henyard and Woods have not made any rent payments. It seems the drama began when Henyard used her influence to secure the property, but now she's facing the consequences of failing to uphold her end of the deal.
She leased to Mayor Tiffany Henyard has filed eviction papers. She says Henyard has not paid her rent.
The situation surrounding Tiffany Henyard has taken a shocking turn as she allegedly went to extreme lengths to prevent her landlord, Janetta Hall, from accessing the property. Normally, Hall provides a 48-hour notice to Henyard and her partner, Kamal Woods, for house inspections. However, rather than complying, Henyard reportedly took drastic measures that raised serious concerns. She not only changed the locks on the house but also altered the garage door code, effectively blocking Hall from entering the property. These actions suggest that Henyard wasn't just avoiding an inspection. She was actively obstructing Hall from carrying out her duties as a landlord. Understandably frustrated, Hall finds herself trapped in a difficult situation. On one hand, Henyard and Woods are allegedly resisting her attempts to access the home. On the other, Hall has already taken legal steps to file for eviction, but the couple continues to evade official paperwork, delaying the process. Adding to the complications, the local sheriff's office has been unable to serve the eviction notice, further stalling legal proceedings. Henyard's actions appear to go beyond mere defiance, bordering on manipulation and obstruction. Instead of a straightforward legal matter, the eviction battle has turned into a high-stakes standoff. With Hall desperate for resolution and Henyard seemingly using her influence to maintain control, the situation only grows more complex, leaving both sides locked in a tense and unyielding struggle.
Landlord, and she says she came to this Thornton Township meeting Tuesday night hoping to get paid what she says.
The ongoing dispute between Tiffany Henyard and her boyfriend, Kamal Woods, has left many bewildered and frustrated. Despite their combined annual income exceeding $300,000, the couple refuses to pay an additional $200 in rent due to a property tax increase. This isn't a case of financial hardship, but rather a claim that the rent hike is beyond their means, an assertion that seems absurd given their substantial earnings. Woods, who also receives a considerable salary from a township program, has echoed Henyard's stance, adding to the confusion. Their refusal to pay places an undue burden on their landlord, Janetta Hall, who is now at her breaking point. In a desperate attempt to resolve the situation, Hall has hired a process server to track down Henyard and force her into court, as Henyard appears to be actively evading the legal process. What makes this case even more perplexing is the glaring irony. Mayor Henyard, a public official expected to lead with responsibility and integrity, is behaving in a way that contradicts those very values. Instead of setting a positive example, she is engaging in tactics that undermine her credibility and put Hall in an impossible position. Hall now deeply regrets ever renting to Henyard, especially given the power dynamics at play. The audacity of Henyard and Woods to reject a minor rent increase while earning six-figure salaries only adds insult to injury. What should have been a routine rent adjustment has spiraled into a legal nightmare, with Hall struggling to gain any ground as Henyard and Woods continue to dodge their obligations. This ordeal serves as a stark reminder that appearances can be deceiving, despite their wealth and status. Henyard and Woods are demonstrating anything but responsibility, leaving Hall to battle an unnecessary and deeply frustrating standoff.
Tonight, as another board meeting got canceled because of a lack of a quorum.
And that came after a disagreement about where to hold the meeting as trustees expressed concerns for
The controversy surrounding Tiffany Henyard continues to spiral, raising serious concerns about her leadership and financial decisions. One of the most shocking revelations involves a massive Amazon purchase on January 5, 2023, totaling a staggering $40,000, leaving many questioning what on earth she was buying. On the same day, Henyard made 2 additional purchases, one nearing $5,000 and another over $4,700. These lavish expenses seem even more outrageous given her history of unpaid checks, including a hefty $7,700 spent on Wayfair. However, Henyard's reckless spending is only one piece of the puzzle. A report from September 2023 revealed that the village of Dolton issued over $6 million in checks to vendors, yet those payments were never sent. That means $58.9 million in printed but unpaid checks are just sitting there while the town drowns in debt and local businesses struggle to stay afloat. The financial mismanagement doesn't stop there. Dolton's police officers have also been making headlines with some racking up overtime pay that exceeds their base salaries. One officer, whose salary was supposed to be $87,000, earned a jaw-dropping $114,900 in overtime alone. Another officer with a base salary of $73,500 brought in an additional $12,000 in overtime. With unchecked spending and financial chaos running rampant, many are wondering how Henyard's administration has been allowed to operate with such little accountability. Despite these glaring issues, Henyard remains defiant, clashing with village trustees who have been pushing back against her lack of transparency. During a heated public meeting, she lashed out, asserting, "You all forget I'm the leader." Trustees like Jason House and Brittany Norwood have openly criticized her refusal to provide documentation for spending, arguing that the board cannot approve financial decisions without clarity on where the money is going. But rather than addressing concerns, Henyard has taken an aggressive stance, launching personal attacks and escalating tensions. In a shocking 90-minute Facebook Live rant, she threatened to have her opponents arrested, without specifying any charges, while painting herself as the true victim of a political power grab. All this pointing the finger at Tiffany, "You're lying on me. I'm over it. Now it's time for me to speak," she declared. Despite facing FBI investigations, eviction, and mounting scandals, Henyard remains determined to hold on to power. Incredibly, she is still campaigning for re-election, insisting she deserves another term, even as allegations of corruption and mismanagement continue to mount.